Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. So as you can probably see in the title, today's video is going to be my 1000 subscribers celebratory Q&A video. I was going to do like a big Q&A and ask you guys for questions, but then I realised that not everyone that's like subscribed to my channel like comments on videos and interacts, so I just didn't think there would be enough questions to kind of fill up a video. So instead I am going to do a Q&A, but it's going to be like getting to know me questions. So I just googled some like common getting to know someone questions, and I'm going to ask them to myself and answer them for you, so you can maybe get to know me a little better. So yeah, I've just wrote some kind of random questions down, and then towards the end of the video I'm going to answer some like ASMR questions from the ASMR tag. If you haven't seen, that was one of the first videos I did, the ASMR tag, but I didn't answer all of the questions because they kind of wasn't relevant at the time. I only picked out a few, but that's kind of what I've done for this Q&A as well. I've just picked out a few, so then if you're new and you've not seen that video, you can understand a bit about my ASMR stuff, story, whatever as well. So yeah, so let's get straight into the questions, and the first one is a very basic question. What is your favourite colour? And I'd like you guys to answer some of the questions as well. You can kind of pick and choose which ones you want to answer, it's up to you, but then just comment them below and I can read through them and get to know you a little better as well. But yes, what is your favourite colour? Okay, so I think I'm just going to be one of those really annoying people that say they don't really have a favourite colour, but it's kind of true. I don't gravitate towards one colour. When I was younger, my favourite colour was lilac, so I'd probably still say lilac, even though I don't have anything lilac. I don't wear anything lilac. I don't go out of my way to get things in that colour. I would say like recently I think my favourite colours have been more like silver and gold and like rose gold, so not just like a bold bright colour, something like metallic like silver and gold. So I used to really like silver. I used to have silver jewellery, like I've got like silver light shades, like metal light shades. Most things that I buy that's like a metal, I buy silver. But I have been kind of gravitating towards gold recently. I find gold quite warm and comforting. So yeah, I kind of switch between colours. At the minute I would say it's gold and silver. Okay, the next question is, if you could live anywhere, where would it be? So I think I've never really thought about this question. I think I would still live in the UK, and I would like to live near the beach but in the countryside, so a little bit of mixture of both, where I could like walk to the beach but then I live in the country and it would be lovely scenery and stuff and relaxing and quiet. In the UK, out of the places that I've been, I would probably live in Scotland, quite far up Scotland. Yeah, I'd probably, if I could live anywhere, yeah, it'd probably be Scotland, or the complete opposite, somewhere like Skegness, or on the way to Skegness. The countryside is really beautiful. And if I was to pick somewhere outside of the UK just for fun, I would pick Canada, I think, even though I've never been to Canada, but it's somewhere that I would really like to go. It looks quite similar to like the UK, if you know what I mean. I don't know if it is, but the scenery there is gorgeous as well. Yeah, I just really like the look of Canada. So outside the UK, I'd pick Canada. Inside the UK, I would probably pick Scotland. Okay, the next question is, what would you change about yourself if you could? Okay, I think I would change my lack of confidence, and I would change the self-doubt that I have and put on myself a lot. It's such a like bummer sometimes. Yeah, I'm a very big self-doubter, and I try and stop, but it's like easier said than done. So yeah, I would change the kind of lack of self-confidence and the self-doubt that's like more than it's there more than it's not. So I would probably change that. Okay, what is your favourite book genre? So I like books, that's why I chose the question. My favourite book genre would probably be like a mystery, psychological thriller book. I love books that you can't wait to find out what happens. Like you literally can't put the book down, and I love to be shocked in a book. I love a like psychological thriller that makes you think, and you're just not sure what's actually going to happen, and it shocks you, and they're the most exciting books for me. So like psychological thrillers and mystery books are my favourite. But then also, as cheesy as it sounds, I do just quite like a romance book. Sometimes I just like an easy read, and sometimes like a psychological thriller. It's you need to think about it, and it's quite like it works your brain. But sometimes just a romance book, it's quite an easy book to read. So I quite like a romance book as well. But yeah, that's probably my second favourite. Okay, next question is, what is your favourite movie genre? Movie genre would probably be either comedy or like action and adventure films. I really like comedy films, but I find it quite difficult to get a good comedy film. There's not one that comes out very often. So I probably gravitate towards like action and adventure films a little bit more. Like I really love like the Fast and Furious films, Mission Impossible films, like the Avengers and Wonder Woman. I'm not sure what they come under. Like, is it action, fantasy kind of action films? But yeah, action films I really like. Okay, what are your 3 top favourite books? So sticking with the books, and the next one is your top 3 favourite films. So sticking with the books and films. Top 3 favourite books that I've read. Okay, a couple come to mind. One is the first 50 Shades of Grey book. Even though I like all 3, I really like those. They're different, they're unexpected, they're not just a typical like romance story as I just was talking about. I also really like, there's a trilogy that I first read on my Kindle that now I have as a book, and it's called there's 3, I can't remember which one's first. I think it's the one you trust first, the one you love, the one you trust, the one you fear, I think. They are really good. They're like a psychological thriller. They are super good, and I've read them once on my Kindle, and then I bought them as in books and read them again because they were that good. And my third favourite book, one that comes to mind, is one of the first books I ever read on my Kindle, and I want to get it as a book and read again, and it was called The Magpies, I think. I might need to check. I do want to do like a Kindle book haul, so if I do that, I'll put it in that video and you can have a look. Sure, it's called The Magpies, and that again is a psychological thriller based in like an apartment and to do with neighbours, and it's not super like it's quite a basic book, it's quite a basic story. It's based basically just in the one like apartment building and stuff, but it's really good and quite dark and quite sinister. And actually, just another book series. I think there's more than 3, so I don't think it's a trilogy. I think there's 4 or 5. I want to read again recent. I've only read them once, and I watched the films. The films are not very good. The books are amazing, and I'd like to read them again. And they are called, the first one's called Flowers in the Attic. Don't know who they are by, but there's Flowers in the Attic is the first one, and then there's called something slightly different after that. I think it's about 4 or 5. They are so good. I don't know what genre they would come under. Like they're quite thriller-like. They're like suspense in them. I don't know what genre they would come under, but if you like books, and go and have a look at Flowers in the Attic, because they are very good books. Okay, top 3 favourite movies. Oh, excuse me, sorry. My first favourite movie ever of all time is The Labyrinth with David Bowie. That's my favourite movie, I think, ever. Then I would choose Dirty Dancing. I love that film. I love the music in it. And then my third favourite film is probably more of a recent kind of favourite, and that is, I think, The Avengers in Infinity War. I love that film. Okay, what is your favourite, no, wrong question, what would you sing at a karaoke night? I liked this question because growing up, karaoke was a huge part of my life. Whenever there was a birthday, we sang karaoke. Everybody had a karaoke machine. So yes, I think if there was a karaoke night, I would probably like revert back to songs I used to sing. So that would probably be Sweet Dreams by Annie Lennox, or Eurythmics, I think you say Eurythmics, or Shania Twain, Man, I Feel Like a Woman. They are great karaoke songs. If I was to pick a song from like now-ish, I don't really know what I would pick from like now. I like Anne-Marie, so I think I would maybe pick an Anne-Marie song. Okay, next question. Do you have any pets? Yes, I have a little dog. He is a Jackapoo, so he's a Jack Russell crossed with a little poodle, but he looks more like a Westie, and he's black. Well, he's turning grey actually, but yes, he's a small dog, and he gets in the way of filming a lot, which is fun. Okay, next question. What is your favourite type of food? My favourite type of food would probably be anything that involves chicken. Chicken is my favourite food. I love like southern fried chicken, like KFC. I love chicken fajitas, my favourite dinner. I like a roast chicken, like Sunday dinner roast chicken. So my favourite type of food is chicken. Years ago I would probably have said pizza, but I think I ate that much pizza that it's not one of my favourites at all anymore. So chicken. Okay, next question. What is your favourite animal? My favourite ever animal is elephants, and I actually got to work with elephants a couple of years ago now. I think 3 years ago this year will be, which is crazy. But yes, I got to work with elephants, and it was incredible. Oh, excuse me, got like wind. Yes, I got to work with elephants, and it was incredible, and I would love to do it again. It was so much fun, and they are amazing creatures. When I was younger, my favourite animals was dolphins. I was obsessed with dolphins, but now it's elephants. Okay, what was the last book you read? Okay, the last book I read was the 3rd after book, but I'm currently reading the 4th after book. So the after books is the last books that I read. What was the last movie you watched? I love watching movies, and I love watching like TV series on just the telly and Netflix, but there's not really been a lot released recently because like they've not been filming a lot recently, and I've missed watching films and series. The last film I think I watched was Wonder Woman 2, and that was really, really good. If you like those films and you've not watched it yet, then watch it. It's really, really good. Okay, next question. Favourite fast food takeaway? So I don't know if this means like of all of the takeaways, you know, like Chippies, Chinese, Indian, pizza, McDonald's, KFC. I don't know if it involves all of them. So if it involves all of them, I am going to pick, I would have said an Indian before, but it's probably changed to a Chinese now, and a Chinese. My camera went a bit funny there, so if you notice a bit of a difference, that is why I had to stop it and start again. So yes, favourite takeaways. So if it involves all of the takeaways, I would pick a Chinese, I think, because it would have been an Indian, but an Indian is very heavy on my stomach and I don't get one very often. So I would probably pick a Chinese, and a Chinese is probably the takeaway that I get the most, especially salt and pepper chips and salt and pepper chicken. Oh, it's amazing. But if it was just like fast food, takeout like KFC, Burger King or McDonald's, I would probably pick KFC. Okay, last kind of normal question, which I like this question. Is your glass half full or half empty? I like this question because I think you can understand a bit about a person by their answer. So my glass is half full. So let me know what your glass is, half full or half empty. Okay, so on to some of the like ASMR questions. When was the first time that you experienced ASMR? So the first memories I have of experiencing ASMR were very young. Some of my earliest memories, one of them is my mum playing with my hair like on the sofa while watching the telly, and I used to love that. That used to make me so relaxed and sleepy, and I wouldn't say I experienced tingles at that point, but I used to feel like soft and like gooey, do you know what I mean, like super relaxed. And then when I was also at school, when you know, like when you need help with your work and the teacher would come and sit like right next to you and she would speak really softly like right at your ear, that used to like make me melt again. And I used to get like tingles then, but I would feel really like gooey and soft and relaxed and really, really tired. And then the bell would go and it would be like lunchtime or break, and it would be, I didn't want to get up and go for lunch or break because I was so relaxed and sleepy, but I would have to. And then I think the first time I experienced tingles, my little cousin was, my camera messed up again guys, so as I was saying, I think the first time I really remember experiencing the tingles, my cousin was either playing with my hair or like my face or doing a doctor thing or something, I don't know, but he was dead young and he was like right at my face, at my hair and touching my face and stuff, and I got tingles, and I was really young myself, and I vaguely remember them. I can't remember what I thought at the time, but I do remember them. So yeah, that was quite early on. I think I was about, I would say 6-ish, 5 or 6-ish. So yeah, those are my early memories. The next question is, when was the first time you watched ASMR on YouTube? I think I've been watching ASMR on YouTube for about, I would say 4-ish years now. Yeah, it's probably about 4 years. And I came across it totally by accident. I was lying in bed and I actually was YouTubing like relaxing sounds, but like nature sounds, so like forest sounds and owls, and I really enjoy a campfire, like a crackling sound, and it was that I was YouTubing, and an ASMR video came up, and I can't remember who it was or what it was, but it was sound. It wasn't really personal attention, it was more about sound and whispering and kind of tapping on things. And I was like, what's this? This is random. And looked into it a little bit more and found out that it was like ASMR, it was the tingles. And I kind of forgot about them for a long time because I don't get them in real life that much anymore. I did when I was a bit younger, but not so much anymore. Or I hadn't for like years. And I was like, oh, it's that I didn't know that was a thing. What? And I thought, why have I never even thought to Google it before? And that's kind of where it started. Then I looked more into it, found like people that did it on YouTube. One of the first people I ever watched was Olivia Kisper's channel, and yeah, very loved ASMR where I found it. So yeah, it must be about 4 years now. Name the last 5 ASMR artists you watched. Okay, gentle whispering ASMR for sure. Superfly ASMR. Recently watched her video, one of her makeup role plays. I haven't been watching ASMR as much as I used to or would like recently. My sleep pattern has been all over the place, and I've been a bit all over the place. I feel like I've been kind of picked up and shook about a little bit. But who else have I watched recently? Cap Bailey I've watched recently. Tranquil ASMR I also watched recently, her book haul, I think it was her 3rd one. And I don't know who the 5th person I've watched, because I watched Lily Whispers and August ASMR in the same night, so I don't know who was one of the last ones, both of them. What is your favourite trigger to listen to and your least favourite trigger to listen to? My favourite trigger to listen to would probably be quite close up whispering with a little bit of like inaudible whispering and a little bit of like tongue clicking, but only where it's natural. Do you know what I mean? Not like tongue clicking, like I just mean like the clicking in your mouth when you talk, but only when it's kind of natural and not done on purpose. Grace V's whispering videos where she does a bit of inaudible and is so good. They're, I think, my favourite whispering videos of hers. So that's one of my favourites sounds to listen to. And I do also like book sounds, so like page turning and like a book tapping. I quite like those. My least favourite sounds to listen to would be really over the top gum chewing. I don't mind a little bit of gum chewing, but when it's really over the top I hate. And probably lotion sounds. I don't like lotion sounds. And then the next one is, what is your favourite trigger to do and least to do? Okay, my least favourite one to do is probably semi-inaudible or inaudible whispering, because it's very repetitive and it's quite hard to do. I get out of breath like really quickly. I don't know how some people do it and are so good at it. I find it quite hard. So that's probably my least favourite to do. That's why I don't do it very often. My favourite to do, I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure what my favourite videos to do. I quite like slow videos, so like I like when I whisper, but I like it when I'm doing something at the same time, like hand movements or face brushing or something like that. I quite like those videos. They're quite relaxing. They're actually quite relaxing to do as well. I get quite sleepy after. Okay, the last question for today is, I feel like I've just got really close to the camera. The last question for today is, do you use ASMR to relax or fall asleep? So initially I use it to relax. I have fallen asleep a few times, but usually I just use it to relax, and then I will turn my phone off and fall asleep really quickly. So yes, initially I use it to relax. So that is the end of our getting to know me questions a little better. Hopefully you feel like you know me a little better, and yeah, hopefully it won't be too long that I can do a big Q&A when we hit another milestone. Hopefully that would be very exciting, but I am super grateful that I have hit 1,000 subscribers on my channel, so thank you to everyone that watches and that subscribed, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all again very soon.